Hey everybody, and welcome back. I am so glad that you could join me. I hope you enjoyed that little walk at the beginning of this video. It is a beautiful day right now. We've got sunshine and I believe it's like in the 50s somewhere, which is much warmer than it has been. But I definitely enjoyed the walk that I took you on today. So I thought we would sit here at my desk and I would show you a finished hat that I have, and then one that I have, you can kind of see, peeky, that I have in progress, and tell you about an upcoming project that I am going to be working on. So first off, with pardon me, for the finished hat, this is a Tunisian crochet hat. Pardon me, got apple stuck. I just ate an apple. But this is done in the round with two colors. I started at the top, as I do when I use two colors like this. Well, not always, but this time I started at the top and then worked my way down. This one is a little bit small for my head. It does fit, but it's a wee bit tight, but that's fine. I was using my new Denise interchangeables, which I will show you those in just a minute because I have them on my next project. But getting used to different hooks and things, trying to figure things out is always fun and interesting, and your old rules of thumb don't always work for new hooks. So, like I said, this is just a simple Tunisian all the way down. I have this olive green color, and this is actually a light blue. It looks way different here than it does up here. But when I got down to the brim, if you are familiar with Tunisian, you know that Tunisian likes to curl, as it likes to do right there, even though it's not supposed to be. But when I got down here to where I was going to start the brim, I did 2 rows of Tunisian crochet in the back loops, which puts the return stitch out on the front. Kind of looks like a purl stitch, like a knit stitch when you purl. And then 2 rows of, is it 2? Yeah, 2 rows of simple stitch, and then 2 rows of that reverse through the back loop again. And then I just did I didn't do anything special, but I just put a row of single crochet around the bottom. So here's the other side of the hat with its curled up brim. There we go. All the way around. And as you can see here, it doesn't line up when you do that, but that's okay. I don't care. I think it looks cool. And for the inside of the hat, as you know, I always like to see the inside of everybody's project, which most people don't show the insides of their projects. I mean, when they can. You can't always. I mean, if it's a amigurumi or something, you can't show the inside of the project, of course. But here's the inside. As you can see, I was lazy and just knotted my yarn and snipped it off. Same with the top. But that is what the inside of my hat looks like. And this right here, which actually does look like the purl stitch or the garter stitch, that is where I'm doing the purl stitch on the inside, and this is where I'm doing the regular Tunisian on the inside. Steve's lockout. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Somewhat. We're only doing it part-time now. Okay. Mm-hmm. We should be able to. The lock. We would have to have the lock brought into our shop, and if it's the same master that we currently have, then I mean, that would be okay. We should be able to create the tenant key. if you can have him here like when we open at 9 o'clock. Okay. Well, unless you've changed masters. I mean, he can bring his master key as well, and we can compare to make sure what we have is the same as what he has. Okay. It should take less than a half an hour. Or right about there. It'd be less than an hour for sure. Okay. Okay. How many keys are you going to need for the tenant? 2 total? Okay. All right, and what's your number just in case? Alrighty. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Alrighty then. Well, there you go. You got a little half of the conversation. Obviously, I am at work. I usually tell you that anyway. But anyways, we were discussing on the inside of this hat, this green here is where the simple stitch is. Right here. And then the blue areas is where the reverse, whatever you want to call it, stitch is. So anyway, that is my finished project that I have. That is the only finished project that I have since the last time we chatted. I've been kind of busy. Things have been, you know, not cooperating with me very well, and things are just going crazy. But there's a finished hat to add to my stash, and now on to my current project, which is pretty close to being done. I think I have about, let's see, it's about 5 3/4 inches, so another row would make it 6-ish. So I've got about, basically about 2 1/4 inches to go in order to finish this hat. Now it's taking a little bit longer because of the way that I am doing the body and the brim of the hat, but I think it's going to look super cool when I'm done. So let me show you the yarn that I have that I'm currently using. Woo! Hold on, it's jumping off the table. Hi! Wearing my stocking hat today. But anyway, I got this pink, and this is actually a gold. This is like probably a Simply Soft or some brand similar to that. So these are the 2 colors that I'm currently working with. This is a really light pink. Kind of shade that a little bit so you can tell it's a really light pink in the gold. But this yarn right here had a lighter pale yellow on the outside of it. I could see through when the yellow was wrapped to this below, and this is what I was so super excited about. Now, this for sure came from Mom. Mom likes to mix colors, which is fine. It makes for interesting projects, right? Because Mom, as I've mentioned before, makes hats as well. But anyway, this is a color that I was super excited about, but I didn't want to take the pale yellow off before I got to this. So I just incorporated both. And like I said, I'm using the Denise hooks that I just recently got. These are the same ones that I used for the previous hat. However, I did increase this one a little bit farther than that one, so this one should fit just fine. Let me show you here the top of the hat, and then we'll go the rest of the way. As you can see, this is that pale pink and that really pale yellow. Is what I did for the top of the hat, and probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. It goes a little bit, well, about 6 rows of the body of the hat. And then, super excited. Once I got to that gold color, I was like, oh yeah, we are going to do fancy schmancy on this. So we got 2 rows of that, you know, pearl stitch or whatever you want to call that. 2 rows of simple Tunisian. which that gold just, I mean, it really sticks out here, but it really shines through here. And then again, I've got the 2 rows of the purl stitch, and I'm working on getting ready to do 2 rows of the simple stitch. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I can't wait to finish this. And once again, you know, where I start and stop, you can tell, because they don't line up, which is fine. So what hooks am I using? I'm using the same ones as the last one. The purple one is the big one. This is actually an H hook, and this is the like in between G and H. I had to put my glasses on and then use the magnifier on my phone in order to read what these were. Yes, like I said, if one thing that I would, you know, correct or do different with these, at least these primary color ones. Now the big one that I have, the first one that I got, it's a gray color, and it's just fine. I can see the numbers and stuff on that just fine, but it is a bigger hook. It is a size N hook. But these smaller ones, especially with the primary colors and even on the other colors in the little package, I have a hard time reading the size on them and everything right there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, I have a hard time reading that. But anyway, I connected these two with the shortest cable that is provided with them, and I am just going back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this. This is what I am currently working on. I will probably have this done either today or tomorrow, and then hopefully I'm going to try, I don't think I can do it beforehand, but I'm going to try to, I have a color here in my bag, the owl cross stitch, which is the next one that I'm going to do. Let me see if I can show you a reminder here. This is just a scrap here. I did print off my cross stitch pattern this morning, and I will put a link, probably not in this video, but I will put a link to it in the video when I tell you more. But this is what the cross stitch is going to look like. Yes, I am using the dark and the lighter colored purple for my cross stitch. And the 2 most common colors that were suggested were brown and gray. I had 3 votes for brown and 3 votes for gray. So I am going to go to my craft room and grab a light gray color, the lightest gray that I have, and that is what I'm going to use for the background for that cross stitch. I think it would look best with the purple and the orange and the black and the white, because I'm going to have to do all of those colors if I'm using a darker color, because I'm going to have to, you know, cross stitch in the white of the eyes. So this right here, and when I get there I will give you more information, but this right here is going to be a gauge swatch. I know, Anna, you don't do those. No, I don't do those, but for this project I need to know how big part of this is going to be before I can make the actual project, because I don't want to start it and frog it and start it and frog it and start it and frog it and get frustrated at it. I want to be able to know what I need and just go ahead and work on the project. Now once I get to that point, I will let you know what I am doing. That way, if you would like to follow along, it would be easy for you to do, if that's what you would choose. I will tell you right now though, for the full project, you're going to need, you don't need a double-ended one, but you will need some sort of flexible hook that you can work in the round with if you want to do the project with me. So just one end, just one hook with a cable, and it needs to be, I don't know, 12 to 14 inches total from the end of the hook to the end of the cable. I will let you know that as well for sure when I get to that point, which hopefully I can do this owl project throughout the month of December and have it done before the end of the month. Fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do with this, like I said, is do a swatch, but I need this hook to do it with, and I don't want to take it off. I want to finish this hat. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the little walk. I hope you enjoyed the interruption conversation. I am going to leave that in. Just so you know what my day is like, I do get interrupted when I do things, which is fine. And anyway, I will see you hopefully tomorrow in my next video, because I'm hoping this is done so that I can start working on that swatch.